prior to 1965 voted Republican. And most Southern whites prior to 1965 voted Democrat. I repeat, prior to 1965, most Southern blacks voted Republican. And prior to 1965, most Southern whites voted Democratic. Now you wonder, like, what happened? Why were the Southern blacks before 1965 voting Republican? Well, guys, this is what happened. Pretty much back in that, the ideology was swapped. What we think a Democrat is now was a Republican before 1965, and what we think a Republican is now was swapped what a Democrat is now before 1965. And what happened in 1965? Why all this change happened in 1965? Do they talk about this in our school systems? 1965. I wonder what is synonymous with 1965. It might be a little thing called Jim Crow. Yes, Jim Crow. Those adults who don't know what Jim Crow is should be shaming yourself, but not. Jim Crow was the legalization of segregation. That's what Jim Crow was. Jim Crow was the laws that enforced segregation. That's what Jim Crow was. This water fountain, colored. This water fountain, whites. Bathroom, whites. Colored, whites. Hotels. That's what Jim Crow was. And Jim Crow ended in 1965, which is when the party split. And see, at that time, people know is that time the president was Lyndon B. Johnson, who became president after Kennedy was assassinated. And Kennedy also was a Democrat. Lyndon B. Johnson was a Democrat. And Lyndon B. Johnson is synonymous for having all the meetings with King. So what happens is, Lyndon B. Johnson happened to be the president that demolished the Jim Crow law. So the black folks say, well, man, this man demolished the Jim Crow law, which held me in, was the segregation law, which held me in suppression. So from now on, to show my loyalty and my gratefulness, I'm going to vote Democratic forever. And I'm not going to use the word all, and none of use the word all. So it also, on the flip side of that, some of the white Southerners white say, you know what? Since that Democrat want to get rid of Jim Crow, from now on, I'm going to vote Republican. And that's when the switch began to happen. But under Richard Nixon, that's when the switch was totally crossed. So like I'm saying, guys, what once was Democrats for the South, once was Democrat was Republican, and once was Republican is now Democrat. That's what we don't get, guys. And that's where the switch happened. And it's all 1965. And pretty much the reason why most some people vote, Southern blacks vote Democrat, they don't know why. Oh, forget all this Southern. A lot of black folks vote Democrat, they don't know why. A lot of white guys vote Democrat, they don't know why. They think it's because of, like they say, the moral, whatever. Because now my moral, I'm skewed more in the middle in a way. But it's all because of 1965, the Jim Crow laws. It's just better than this, Jim Crow laws. Blacks say, thank you, Lyndon B. Johnson. You a Democrat. You got rid of Jim Crow. I'm going to vote for you now. I vote for Democrats. The whites say, man, Lyndon B. Johnson, I'm mad at you. You got rid of Jim Crow, so I'm going to vote the opposite of you, Republican. And that's what it all stems for. People are like, 1965. So us in the black community, we feel such a gratefulness. I feel such loyalty to the Democratic Party, which has been very, 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 very slack lately, in my opinion. And I think we have the statistics to back it up. One thing I agree with Trump, he said, what are they doing for you? Hey, vote for me can't be no worse. You can say what you want. What are they doing for us? Cause this is my thing, and then this is what kills me about the Democratic, the nominees. Well, this is what we're gonna do, guys. This is how they try to get our vote, guys. You don't fall for the hat trick. This is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna let everybody that smoke weed out of prison. Okay. So what if I don't? So okay, I tell you what. And everybody who gets unemployed, who gets welfare, we're gonna make sure they get it and make sure they get it. Well, I don't get that. So what are you gonna do for me? I'm a lower middle class black male. I don't smoke weed, and I'm not in jail. So now, what can you do for me? They're not talking to me. Talk to me. Because every time I see one of these Democratic nominees go on these radio stations or these TV shows, they say, what we're going to do? We're going to bring down the incarceration rate, which is too high, which they should do something about. And we're going to help the poor out. We're going to help them out. So what happened to the guys in the middle? Do the guys in the middle, do the middle families get love? The people who are not at the bottom but not at the top, they're not even talking to them. They're like, oh, we talking past them. Now you're starting to see more of a conscious effort to try to target, which we are targeting the black community to get a vote. But I think it's just a vote, and that's all it is, just a vote. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, what are you doing for the middle class? Like I said, only thing I hear about is making weed illegal, getting people out of jail. Make sure you get your food stamps. And I'm going to go to your church service on Sunday, and I'm going to sing, and I'm going to clap, and that's all we're going to do. That's all I'm saying, guys. We got to wake up. Like, we got to make these people own our vote. And like I said, again, do not get caught up in this impeachment thing. It is not real. It was never going to happen. It was just something so that the Democrat Party can use to just have us all in a frenzy and not focus on the real issues. I wish they would have spent more time getting money, helping the healthcare out instead of worried about the impeachment. I wish they would have spent more time trying to get funding to after school programs than Donald Trump impeachment. Let's focus on those things that can really help the community. Guys, do not get caught in the hat trick. Like they're moving the hats around. They're moving the hats around. Like I said, the best guy who I thought talked to me was Andrew Yang. He said, I'm going to give $1,000 to each person a month. How you going to do it? I don't know. We find a way to pay for wars. So, but my thing is that I felt like he actually was talking to me. Elizabeth Warren, I don't feel like she's talking to me. Who's in the Republican Party?